switch. Of course. It's IT.
Can everyone hear? Can I get a Y for yes if everyone can hear now? There's quite a few people. You can hear me? Okay, not hearing, not hearing. Hearing clicking. Can anyone hear my voice now?
I can still hear you.
Okay, I'm going ahead and adding to the call. Here we go. I think we've got people coming in. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. Just bear with me. People are still asking to be added to the Skype call, so I'm trying to make sure everyone who wants to can get themselves in. Hello. I'm great. How are you?
Just bear with me. People are still asking to be added to the Skype call, so I'm trying to make sure everyone wants to themselves in.
They were saying the chat is muted. I've unmuted the chat.
Hello. I'm great. How are you?
There's a large delay. Okay, I'm just adding Mark. Bill, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can. Okay. I can't really.
My son says that you may have a limit on how many people you can have on the Skype call.
Okay. Gee, maybe we should get your son to run this for us.
I'll talk to him.
We'll figure it out. See, this is why I wanted to do the intro today, because I knew we would have some kind of problems. There's also seems to be a lag between our Skype call and the webinar. See if I can hear myself in the background there.
We'll figure it out. See, this is why I wanted to do the intro today, because I knew we would have some kind of problems. There also seems to be a lag between our Skype call and the webinar.
Okay. Does everybody have their book in front of them? It's just not wanting to screen share here.
Okay, I have mine up.
well.
Okay, so we have Cheryl, Mark, Vlad, Helena, Ronnie and Bill on the call. Is that right? All right. I think we're just going to have to start with us, and I'll just keep toggling with the screen share on the webinar and see if I can get that happening for everyone else who is coming through that way. I wanted to start with page 5 and number 37, which talks about the way to actually run a book study like this. Bill, I wonder if you might be able to read that section, and I'll keep trying to get the screen share happening.
Okay, so this is 5 on 37.
Yep, 37 through to the end of 55. That would be great.
Okay. You will read this book, you'll get most out of it by putting into practice the mastermind principle described in the book. This you can do, as others are doing so successfully, by forming a study group consisting of any desired number of people who are friendly and harmonious. The club should have a meeting at regular periods, as often as once each week. The procedure should consist of reading one chapter of the book at each meeting, after which the contents of the chapter should be freely discussed by all members. Each member should make notes, putting down all ideas of his own, inspired by the discussion. Each member should carefully read and analyze each chapter several days prior to its open reading and joint discussion in the club. The reading at the club should be done by someone who reads well and understands how to put color and feeling into the lines. By following this plan, every reader will get from its pages not only the sum total of the best knowledge organized from the experiences of hundreds of successful men, but more important by far, he will tap new sources of knowledge in his own mind, as well as acquire knowledge of priceless value from every other person present. If you follow this plan persistently, you will be almost certain to uncover and appropriate the secret formula by which Andrew Carnegie acquired his huge fortune, as referred to in the author's introduction. Wonderful, thank you very much. So I was thinking that if we read a couple of pages each, that way we won't get bored with one person's voice. I know I can tend to be a bit monotone. And then once we've finished the complete chapter, we could discuss it in sections at the end. And if we have all pre-studied it beforehand and written down any of our experiences that relate to that we could share, we could add those in during the discussion. Okay. I think I'm going to have to end the webinar because can you hear it repeating in the background? Yeah. What do you think the best thing for me to do is? Could you try turning on video in Skype?
Sorry?
Could you try turning on the video in Skype? I think it should work.
Okay.
To share your screen.
Okay, let me see.
It's a video icon. And then you should be able to click on the plus sign.
Yeah.
Share
screen.
Give that a try, maybe that will work.
Okay. There, how's that? Can come down to our chapter. So that's working for us. There's quite a few people on the webinar who it's just not allowing me at the last minute to share my screen. So I'm not quite sure what I can do here.
Need to find the plus sign.
Yes, it's sharing now. Can you see? No? Okay, hang on.
What I think. Oh, wait, hold on. Something's happening. There it is.
We on?
It's loading for me. I can now see the author's preface. Oh, yes, that's right.
Okay. So if I come back to here, can you still see that, or does that come back to?
It's sharing now. You see?
When we see your desktop, I mean, now it's on the Skype window.
Okay.
So we see everything you see.
Okay. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is end, I think, the webinar, because actually I'll leave it running there. They'll be able to hear us and they'll be able to listen in. So let's just go with what we've got for today. And we've got a week to iron out everything the next time. So who would like to read first? 2 pages.
I can. It's Cheryl here.
Hi, Cheryl. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited to meet all of you.
Lovely. I'm sorry it's taken 20 minutes so far to get this happening, but once we've ironed everything out, it's going to be great.
The fact that you undertaken to do this is fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to read from my file. You want me to read 2 pages? Is that what you said?
Yes, please. That would be wonderful.
So, from the author's preface, in every chapter of this book, mention has been made of the money-making secret, which has made fortunes for more than 500 exceedingly wealthy men whom I have carefully analyzed over a long period of years. The secret was brought to my attention by Andrew Carnegie more than a quarter of a century ago. The key lovable carelessly tossed it into my mind when I was but a boy. Then he sat back in his chair with a merry twinkle in his eyes and watched carefully to see if I had brains enough to understand the full significance of what he had said to me. When he saw that I had grasped the idea, he asked if I would be willing to spend 20 years or more preparing myself to take it to the world, to men and women who, without the secret, might go through life as failures. I said I would, and with Mr. Carnegie's cooperation, I have kept my promise. This book contains the secret, after having been put into practical sense in thousands of years in almost everyone's life. It was Mr. Carnegie's idea that the magic formula, which gave him the secret, which and talking places of people who do not have time to speculate on make money, and it was the hope that I might have and demonstrate the soundness of the formula to be in every calling. He believes the formula should be taught in all public schools and colleges, and expressed the opinion that if it were properly taught, it would so revolutionize the entire educational system that the time spent in school could be reduced to time. His experience with Charles M. Schwab and the young man of Mr. Schwab's type convinced Mr. Carnegie that much of what he taught in the school is of no value whatsoever in connection with the business of earning riches or accumulating riches. He had arrived at this decision because he had seen into his business one young man after another, many of them with but little schooling, and by coaching them in the use of this formula, developed in them rare leadership. Moreover, his coachees made fortunes for every one of them who followed his instructions. In the chapter on faith, you will read the astounding story of the organization of the giant State Steel Corporation, as it was conceived and carried out by one young man, Mr. Carnegie, who, as his formula was ready for it. Single application of the secret that had done Charles M. Schwab, making a huge fortune in both money and opportunity. Roughly speaking, this particular application of the formula was fortunes with it. Others have been successfully creating harmony in their homes. A clergyman used it so effectively that it brought him an income of upwards of $75,000 a year. Arthur Nash and Cincinnati Taylor used his near bankrupt business as a guinea pig on which to test the formula. The business came to life and made a fortune for its owners. It is still thriving, although Mr. Nash has gone. The experiment was so unique that the magazine paid more than $1 million worth of laudatory publicity. The secret was passed on to Stuart Austin Weir of Dallas, Texas. He was ready for it, so ready that he took his profession and studied law. Did he succeed? That story is told too. I gave the secret to Steve Randall the day he graduated from college, and he has used it so successfully that he is now serving his third term as a state congress, with an excellent opportunity to keep on using it until he carries him to the White House. While serving as an advertising manager of those thousands and university when it was little more than an assistant, I had the privilege of seeing J.G. Chapline, president of the university, use the formula. Oh, I'll finish this sentence.
Yeah.
Effectively, that he has made of LaSalle one of the greatest extension schools of the country.
Thank you, Cheryl. Can everybody else hear that screeching in the background?
Can everyone go on mute if they're not speaking? This is a lot of feedback.
Oh, that's fixed. Thank you, Bill. Bill, would you like to read the next 2 pages?
Sure, why not? The secret to which I refer has been mentioned no fewer than 100 times throughout this book. It has not been directly named, for it seems to work more successfully when it is merely uncovered and left in sight, where those who are ready and searching for it may pick it up. That is why Mr. Carnegie tossed it to me so quietly without giving me its specific name. If you are ready to put it to use, you will recognize the secret at least once in every chapter. I wish I might feel privileged to tell you how you will know if you are ready, but that would deprive you of much of the benefit you will receive when you make the discovery in your own way. While this book was being written, my own son, who was then finishing the last year of his college work, picked up the manuscript of chapter 2, read it, and discovered the secret for himself. He used the information so effectively that he went directly into a responsible position at a beginning salary greater than the average man ever earns. His story has been briefly described in chapter 2. When you read it, perhaps you will dismiss any feeling you may have had at the beginning of the book that it promises too much. And 2, if you have ever been discouraged, if you have ever had difficulties to surmount, which took the very soul out of you, if you have tried and failed, if you were ever handicapped by illness or physical affliction, the story of my son's discovery and use of the Carnegie formula may prove to be the oasis in the desert of lost hope for which you have been searching. This secret was extensively used by President Woodrow Wilson during the World War. It was passed on to every soldier who fought in the war, carefully wrapped in the training received before going to the front. President Wilson told me it was a strong factor in raising the funds needed for the war. More than 20 years ago, the Honorable Manuel L. Guzman, then Resident Commissioner of the Philippine Islands, was inspired by the secret to gain freedom for his people. He has gained freedom for the Philippines and is the first president of the free state. A peculiar thing about this secret is that those who once acquire it and use it find themselves literally swept onto success with but little effort, and they never again submit to failure. If you doubt this, study the names of those who have used it, wherever they have been mentioned. Check their records for yourself and be convinced. There is no such thing as something for nothing. The secret to which I refer cannot be had without a price, although the price is far less than value. It cannot be had at any price by those who are not intentionally searching for it. It cannot be given away. It cannot be purchased for money, for the reason that it comes in two parts. One part is already in possession of those who are ready for it. The secret serves equally well all who are ready for it. Education has nothing to do with it. Long before I was born, the secret had found its way into the possession of Thomas A. Edison, and he used it so intelligently that he became the world's leading inventor, although he had but 3 months of schooling. The secret was passed on to a business associate of Mr. Edison. He used it so effectively that although he was then making only $12,000 a year, he accumulated a great fortune and retired from active business while still a young man. You will find his story at the beginning of the first chapter. It should convince you that riches are not beyond your reach, that you can still be what you wish to be, that money, fame, recognition, and happiness can be had by all who are ready and determined to have these blessings. How do I know these things? You should have the answer before you finish this book. You may find it in the very first chapter or on the last page. While I was performing the 20-year task of research, which I had undertaken at Mr. Carnegie's request, I analyzed hundreds of well-known men, many of whom admitted that they had acquired their vast fortunes through the aid of the Carnegie secret. Among these men were, do you want me to go through the list? Or?
Yes, please.
Henry Ford, William Wrigley Jr., John Wanamaker, James J. Hill, George S. Parker, E.M. Statler, Henry L. Doherty, Clarence H.K. Curtis, George Eastman, Theodore Roosevelt, John W. Davis, Albert Hubbard, Wilbur Wright, William Jennings Bryan, Dr. I can't figure out that first name, Starr Jordan, J. Ogden Armour, Charles N. Schwab, Harris F. Williams, Dr. Frank Gonzalez, Daniel Willard, King Gillette, Ralph A. Weeks, Judge Daniel T. Wright, John D. Rockefeller, Thomas A. Edison,
Oops, sorry.
Frank A. Vanderbilt,
Sorry.
F.W. Woolworth, Colonel Robert A. Dollar, Edward H. Filene, Edward C. Barnes, Arthur Griston, Woodrow Wilson, William Howard Taft, Luther Burbank, Edward W. Rock, Frank A. Muncie, Albert H. Gary, Dr. Alexander Graham Bell, John H. Patterson, Julius Rosenwald, Stuart Austin Weir, Dr. Frank Crane, George M. Alexander, J.G. Chaplin, Honorable James Randolph, Arthur Nash, Clarence Darrow.
Thank you, Bill. I just wanted you to go through that list because I think as the names are mentioned, we recall their stories, and I think it's good for us to do that. I'm just going to toggle back to their webinar just to make sure that people are getting, they seem to be. Just let me check and everyone can see on Skype all the messages. Okay, I'm just going to let them know, well, they can hear. So we're seeing the messages, and when we get to the part where we're going to be sharing our ideas and inspirations at the end, I'm going to come back and read the messages here so that you can participate as well. So I know it's a little bit ad-lib this week, and what I'm going to do is make sure that on Skype next week I can have more people on the call, and I think that's going to be a better way to operate this. So just bear with us for this time. I'm also going to go back into Skype. There's been a couple more people asked to be added. Nope, that's not it. And as you can tell, I'm not very familiar with Skype either. So I think we're just going to go with who's here. I'm quite sure that's all who can fit at the moment. Helena, are you still there? No, no, no. Okay. Who's still on the call?
I'm still here.
You are? Okay. Okay. Who'd like to read next?
Who's last?
It's going to go with Helena, are you still there? Still on the call.
Can you switch to the
Yes.
webinar platform?
Yeah.
What difficulty do you happen to have?
This here screen share is just, so here we go. It's allowing me to do it now. It wouldn't allow me to do this earlier. So here we are. It's working again. I have no idea what happened there. I've also got people here. Perhaps you can help me because you can see my screen, how to add these. Seems to be 3 more requests.
Yes.
There. Here we go.
Well, I think we should keep the webinar.
Yes, I agree.
This is the Skype.
Okay.
One advantage would be that you can mute and unmute the people yourself, so you won't be having the microphone issues anymore.
I don't think with the webinar we can actually verbally speak. That's the only issue that we're having there.
Is it not?
I don't think, well, I wasn't sure. With this area down here, it did say chat unmuted, and not having used the software before, it seemed to me that I could mute or have chat, but it seems as though it's...
Well, I have a button, request to speak.
Okay, all right, let's see what happens. I'm going to move this out the way.
So I pushed it.
Okay, I'll click on there. I think now you'll be broadcasting through the webinar platform. Try speaking through here. Vlad, is that you speaking there? Okay,
Can
so
anyone hear me on the webinar?
I'm not sure if I'm hearing on the webinar on Skype.
I'll go back to the chat.
Take audio from two different sources.
Yeah.
A bit hard to distinguish where it comes from.
They'll also be hearing you through my speakers on Skype.
So great.
That's the time.
If you mute your Skype session and speak through the webinar, then we'll know if that works or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're onto something here. Although I've converted you to the presenter. Maybe that's a good thing. Vlad.
Okay.
Hello.
So who can hear me? Where can you hear me?
Back to chat.
Here we go. So people on the webinar, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So it's working. There we go. Nicole, are you still there?